So we started last session meeting the amazing Bloop Bloop Blip, who was making a pilgrimage to Sloopadoop. He and his kin were hanging out by the river. The junglings were swimming, they were rehydrating, and we conversed them. They explained that they were doing this pilgrimage with the blessing of Lemagugun. But as we conversed with them, we noticed that there was some movement deep in the water, and we had just told them that they should get out of the water when the young ones went down and blood came up, and a large group of Mero ambushed us after they nom the children. We were split, so our group was in one side of the shore with some Meros. They were with another group of Meros finding them off with spears and faith, which was pretty cool. Uh, the Meros were annoying to fight because they kept pulling us into a river, and if we were not careful when we hooked ourselves, we were gonna get dragged. But thankfully, none of us got dragged, and none of them got dragged either. So also good. After the battle, Bloop Bloop Blip took us deeper into the cave and higher up the river, and gave us two vials of waters blessed by Lemogugu. Uh, we're not really sure if it's magical, but it does seem to have a yellowish color to it, and they were pretty happy to give it to us. And they also expressed their desire of having us join them one day in Sloopadoop. So we made our separate ways. They continue on their journey, and we continue on ours. We make camp, and Ophelia made her nice little bubble for us to hide and rest. Vic took the first two watches, which were uneventful. Ophelia took the last two watches, where she proceeded to eat some of Doug's bad dreams, and then, as a palate cleanser, I guess, ate some of Horik's good dreams. Uh, After dawn, we continue our travels. Horik kept some distance from Ophelia. Ophelia kept some distance from Doug. Everyone was kind of acting their own little weird way. Ophelia actually refused to walk as much, relying a little bit more of her on her wings to carry her along, showing off. We ran into some veggie pygmies that were trying to gather offerings for a creature in the lake. Isa thankfully was able to commune with the plants and translate for us. The little creatures were trying to gather demonic corpses to feed them to Root Root, but they were too weak to tackle all the demons. So we agreed, why not kill some demons in the process? So we went on to fight some what we assume were on the weaker side of the demonic hierarchy, until a big one emerged, and the big one was able to use magic and gave Doug some bad nightmares. Uh, Thankfully, Isa quickly managed to put the big ones to sleep, so we managed to clear up the remaining little ones before turning our full undivided attention to the big one. And after dispatching the demons, we decided to have a proper discussion of how to properly pronounce Narcissus' name. And that's where we left it off, because we didn't want to get into more trouble without Narcissus.
All right, thank you for the recap.
Is it Narcissus or Narcissus?
Yeah, I see. I don't know.
That's the question.
We have
Nazis.
Nazis. Yeah,
Huh?
Nazis.
so I was right. Because I was saying Nasus for a long time, and I was like, you're not like from League of Legends.
Maybe he's a top laner too. You never know.
Yeah, it's getting them stacks to one shot people.
Yeah. Nothing better than one shotting the poor guy in the mid.
All right. So we're on almost our final day here, traveling through the Underdark, as it's been a long
Fast.
journey of many days. As you're on day 23. Upon day 23, as you begin to make your embarkment towards Zygmoid, as you require to find this rather seed to change the length of history down here. It's important. It's the only thing that can cure what is going on. As it's obviously embedded in a rather dangerous place, taken away, as it is the only cure that's left that is known to man. As you guys begin to make your accord there, you begin to hear an individual in the distance is rather coughing quite aggressively. As you hear the coughing noise, you can roll a perception check. Not persuasion, perception.
Yes, that sounds better. My bad.
I persuade this man, this individual coughing, to shut up. All right.
I didn't do much better.
As Vic and Ophelia, Doug, I'm assuming you don't have advantage.
I think I might, but let me check. I mean, you can go on.
You have primal knowledge +5. That's all I see. Anyways, you begin to see what looks like a deep gnome that looks at you with wild darting eyes. Tendrils of molds have spread through his face, like delicate kind of veins protruding across his skin. As he begins to hack loudly, as he begins to speak, spitting up black fungal bile out of his mouth. They took him! They took Master Zaxis, the Eye-Monger, the greatest of all beholders, taken by the foul fungal queen. All of them. She has taken all of them. As he starts coughing and hacking, at this point, the man's eyes begins to glaze over, frantically, with his movements quiet, as his dark eyes look upon you, as the gnome speaks. Your heads grow in the Garden of Horus.
You repeat that, please.
Sorry? The whole thing?
No, like, so.
Last catchphrase.
Oh, your heads will grow in the Gardens of Horrors.
Okay, so who's been taken by the fungal queen?
Some sort of beholder.
He speaks of his master, Zaxis, the Eye-Monger, the greatest of all beholders.
So we all have telepathic links, and so we're like, beholder? That's not good.
A name we can recognize with a history check or something, or is it insignificant?
You can roll a history check if you like. You don't get advantage. You don't know who Zaxis is, but if he's a beholder, he must be very powerful. But the fact that he was taken by the queen, the demon queen herself, it's not a good thing. As you can see the individual kind of standing up slowly as he begins to look towards you, as he kind of basically kind of paces back and forth. As you can tell, he's infected. His sanity is kind of long lost, but he still has a purity of protecting his master.
Well, he is infected. Do we put him out of his misery or
He's not actively attacking.
You are going into the Garden of Horrors? If so, I can lead you in there. Maybe you can free my master. You can cure him of his ailments, but you recall that you need the holy mushrooms, the ones that you were told by. Or something of a power of magic, maybe a restoration magic that could potentially stop his ailments from his infections spreading further. Like a lesser restoration would remove poisons from him. But he is infected, but he can't give that to you. He would only be able to give it to that via blood or saliva or anything like that. But he's willing to help you if you choose it. If not, you could see fit to put him out of his misery, but he seems like he has some fight in him left. As he calls himself Pebbles.
I mean, I can cast Restoration on him. Do you think it's worth it?
It's nice to have allies in places like these.
I
As he,
think it's
as he looks
helpful.
towards you, come, let's go deep. As he assumes already that you are friends.
Let's see if it's worthwhile to save him before we spend this spell slot. All telepathically, he doesn't hear.
As he enters into the dungeon.
For the day, I guess I would like to cast Aid on our tanks. So I like to cast Aid on Disease, Doug, and Vic.
As a reminder, you might need those masks in here. There are lots of gas spores here.
Yeah, mask up.
Aren't we spore resistant now or immune
No.
because of our?
So or what?
I have it. I had it in my notes that the guy that used to be king and was displaced gave us his spores, which gave us the
No,
telepathic
it gives
link
you
and
the
extra
ability to
immunity.
talk to. That's all it does. It just lets you talk to your friends.
Okay.
Connection.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It doesn't make you.
Yeah,
There's no cure besides the seed
okay.
or those holy
Bad note.
mushrooms.
Okay, masking on.
mask up?
With the masks on, you'll have obviously depth perception, so
Disadvantage.
your perception is gonna have disadvantage.
So we're doing
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I cast my Aid at 3rd level, so you guys all get 10 extra hit points.
Thank you.
Ooh, nice.
I'm sorry, did you say you upcasted it?
Yeah. I know I cast it with the wrong spell slot, but I just removed a 3rd level spell slot.
So currently, Pebbles is more like an NPC. He doesn't really fight, but
That's
he's
fine.
knowledgeable. All you can hear is this hacking and coughing as he spits more black kind of fungal goop out of his mouth, heading into the cave without a mask. This is like kind of gas spores and mushrooms and galore. As you begin to see the harsh, glowing, flickering, strobe lights sputtering of patches of decay, luminous mold, and an entire surface before you. The floors, the walls, the ceilings, this blanket moss and fungi that are bruised and purplish blue. As you can see, this entire place with the Zygmoids is hundreds of miles wide. It's a fungal entry possessed by the demonic fiend of the Zygmoid. The walls and the floor and the ceilings are covered with rotting fungi. The place is molds filling up the entire cavern, making the passage impossible elsewhere liquefied by its putrid moss. As you squish underfoot, making the treacherous footing, as you kind of squish mushrooms as they explode purple goop out of them. As you begin to notice this unholy place, the entirety of this kind of cavern is infected. As you begin to see kind of what this could be for the rest of the Underdark, covered in these mushrooms and these spores, slowly decaying and killing everything as it progresses and spreads. You can see gas spores, from tiny to small to medium to large to even gargantuan. Out of context, there are gas spores here. They will blow up. Like in Baldur's Gate 3, they can blow up, and they can do some serious damage. So be careful.
So fire's not as good. I have other options.
They just do damage. They are kind of more like, they explode if they ever drop to 0 hit points. If they are touched, attacked, or they somehow just blow up on the inside. There are con saves for disease infection. You are obviously having a gas mask, so it stops you from inhaling the fumes, but the damage that it does not stop it, as it's considered just like it's an explosive, so it does damage, ideally, to you, and the damage is quite high depending on how it explodes and where it explodes. As you begin to see more, you see kind of like more of what ranges from down here and below. You can almost see dead creatures that have been down here long past before the contamination. Spore servants have now biodegraded into the walls themselves. The Myconids no longer thrive and dance and pure in peace anymore. And anything that thrives down here is likely diseased, controlled, or corrupted beyond belief.
It looks so
Are you-
gross. Oh my goodness.
Are you
it's
guys
so-
sure this is the way we should be going?
As you eventually get to a certain point deeper into the depths, a foul stench begins to hit your nostrils through your masks. Reaching an area, the air is thick and moisture. The stench kind of leaves around, almost like mist around the sky itself. Moss, rotten decay, feces, lichen mold, fungi that grows increasingly profusely and larger, coating the tunnels and the ceilings. Eventually you arrive towards a passageway, a vast chamber ringed by gargantuan mushrooms. A pile of festering excrements dominating the center of the room. The disgusting mold bubbles pops randomly, as almost like diarrhea and other sorts, riveting out of it. As you see 8 strange Myconids tending to the pile of fecal matter. The bodies of the Myconids are covered in strange moss, as the mushrooms sprout like lesions from their flesh, tattle covered in intense strands of hair that are fenced along the southwest corner of this chamber. Two smaller myconids carrying buckets tending to the cattle. As you enter the chamber, you see yellow and brown leaves of pink glowing patterns coating the floor near the entrance and the exit of the cavern. Stepping on these leaves produces a high-pitched whistling sound that draws the attention of likely more creatures, as it's covered around here, the vicinity. Out of context, you might have to roll me a perception check to not step on them accidentally. As you can see, there are much more dangers. You don't have to roll it now, but I'm just saying in a general sense. But you have disadvantage because your mask. So there's much more to deal with as well. Stealthing, obviously, and avoiding away from certain creatures that reside here itself. As we will bring you to a map. As you do see the creatures, you see the mushrooms kind of pulling buckets out of this kind of gross area, as there are 8 of these kind of guardian mushrooms protecting this place, keeping it well, working at all hours, as they are beyond what they used to be. As you see tendrils spilling out of them. And the smell is just awful. So this thing is the pit. It's full of the on-quote diarrhea coming from the mushrooms that they are collecting.
Caca?
Yeah, basically.
But I guess this is not a good caca fuego situation.
It's not a good kind of situation.
As there is dung, as it looks like you can see that there is, in closer examination, if you get closer to the dung area, you can see why it's used. But you see there are these creatures that just begin to reside. You can make your way across these guys without even attacking them, because they're so docile. You have to roll a stealth check, though. If you falter the stealth check, they will attack. And there is a chance they may alert more reinforcements.
Be prepared. I have disadvantage on stealth checks.
You know what? This might be a great situation for Caca Fuego.
You can attack it if you want. You would get advantage on them because they are not really paying attention to you. If you're a melee fighter, you will have to stealth check to them.
Yeah, it'd be good if we could get them more central before I caca fuego.
Wait, isn't the gas like all around us
Yes, it would blow up the whole
and
cabin.
flammable?
So maybe
that
not.
That would blow us all up.
That would
Don't do
never
fireball.
stop Esteban. Esteban would not care.
No, Esteban would not care.
No, but I actually am a good character, so I would not want to blow ourselves up.
Sorry, are you calling Esteban a bad character?
He had questionable motives at times. Let's
He
just
was
say.
self-serving.
This would probably be your most epic fireball. If
It
we really
would.
want to take this shit.
Upcast it.
Okay, nope.
Do it.
No,
Do
you
it.
can't make me.
Don't let him influence you.
Like we
Nope.
could all take a few steps back.
Yeah.
I don't think a few
it's
steps
not.
back is going to fix the cavern is full
We
of
could all leave the cavern, to be honest, while she sets off the nuke.
How big is the cavern? Like,
It's massive, 100 feet. It's hundreds and hundreds of miles. My apologies. It's a labyrinth.
I don't think the fireball will engulf the entire cavern.
I had a group of money's group who was full of bat guano and gas, and it blew up all the way to the end, nearly killing the teammates.
That bad one will do that.
That's what I'm saying. We could probably get out of here while she does the fireball, but I don't know if she'll survive.
She'll
Some
die.
of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
But don't take my opinion. I'm not here for opinions today.
If it can
Okay,
do
so-
Death Ward, and then she'll be good.
I also have advantage on fire because of my tieflingness.
Yeah, she's resistant. Boom. Problem solved.
I'm just gonna state if you do that, you'll die. It's on the number die here. It's in the 20d somethings.
Okay, never mind, guys. My little birdie told me that's not a good idea, so no fireball.
DM
I
tells you do
can't
not
change.
do it, please.
When the DM say no,
I've tried
we
that
know.
with my gimp yesterday. I killed half the party. I told them he's gonna cast a spell. No, let's go, guys. We can kill this guy. And then they fucking half the party died.
Okay, we could try to stealth. Oh, I can. Big is the only one of us wearing heavy armor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe, yes.
I can make mini Vic, and someone can carry Vic. Ergo,
Didn't
no
we
disadvantage.
get a? Didn't we get an item that makes
Yes,
you
we
not
have a mushroom.
big?
We have a mushroom that can make her mini.
Yeah. No, or I thought we had an item that makes your armor not weak for a moment.
Yeah,
Some kind of oil. What's that last campaign?
I don't
that was
remember
last
that.
campaign.
Yeah.
There's one that lets us go through spider webs without getting stuck for like a minute,
Yeah,
though.
this is
I think
completely
we have two of
opposite.
those. Yeah, that's not this, though.
So yeah, so
Yeah, but we do have a small mushroom.
Yeah, so you guys can attack them initially. They won't pay attention, but they may be alerted to your designation. Or you can
So what I was
stealth away and see what else is up ahead. If someone's really good at stealthing, then they can spy for you.
Is anyone really good
Tisha.
at stealthy?
My bad. I'm gonna send him around, just kind of checking things out, not
Yeah,
dive
He'll have
bombing
to
or
roll a
anything.
stealth check.
I
Oh,
have
What
plus
is he?
5. I don't know if anyone's better than that.
I do
I have a
not.
+8.
Girl.
I have a +2.
I
I don't know
was
how
thinking
much
a
stealth.
rogue or fighter rogue or whatever would do it.
We don't have a rogue.
I forget. She's
my
not over.
stealth is a +6,
There we go.
but my rolls usually suck.
Now even my +8, I'm not confident.
Does anyone have like invisibility or something?
I did not take that as a
I
spell.
technically do have that spell, but I don't know that I have it today. Let me check my spell list.
I should have taken guidance for myself.
Yeah,
I
this
did
place-
not
this
take
is,
it. I am
this
so
is the
sorry,
end game,
guys.
boys, for this dungeon area. It's gonna be
So
tough.
ultimately, we're gonna need to fight all this shit anyway.
Yeah,
all-
within reason of not killing yourselves.
Yeah, within reason. And I believe that Ophelia will take the risk because I believe that she can try to fly above these guys. Since the cavern's so big.
You'll still have to stealth.
Yeah, I'll still have stealth. I'm fine with that, but I have a +8. Don't want us to give me guidance or something like that. I'll try to
Give you
think
guidance.
ahead. Because we can all talk to each other. Alright. I try to stealth ahead.
Oh god, be careful. I feel like I jinxed
And
it.
guidance.
One.
Hey, why'd you say that?
So I can. Fuck.
2, so a 15. It's pretty solid.
Solid.
15 solid. I'm floating above them. I'm trying not to touch any other root things if they're connected.
Okay, go for it.
You guys have float up. Float around.
Do you want to
These
look
guys.
inside the pool down below? You can roll perception check, but it'll be disadvantaged because of your mask.
Mask. It's fair. Oh
I
crap!
have no idea what's in that shikaka.
And I don't think she wants to, so she goes across. That's on brand for Ophelia. She wouldn't want to look through shit no matter what. She takes a breather, peeks her head around this corner.
You see what looks like a rather strange creature. You see this. As its eye
Ooh.
just like looks at you. As you can see, a descending passageway steeps down as its moist, spongy fungus that covers the floor and squelches underfoot for those that walk upon it. As the first time you pass through here, you see a gas spore. As it's traveling, as it begins to look and dart and stare, unblinkingly. It doesn't do anything, it just looks at you.
And I mentally, telepathically say to the other guys, there's something that has a big eye over here and has all these tentacles coming off. It looks like a fungi. Looks like a floating spore of some sort.
Here, I showed you a horrible picture. Enjoy.
Oh god. Ugh. I'm more concerned about the corpse underneath it. That's actually a very cool
that's
picture.
what they do to them.
That is such a cool picture.
Yeah.
That is so gross. I love it. Does that look like a fungus or the beholder that the guy is looking for?
As you can see, the guy waddling through them like he's not even getting caught. He's
Well, makes
waddling
sense. He's
Ophelia.
infected.
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Yeah. I didn't bother.
So
putting
maybe
him
if
on the
we
map.
just get infected, we can walk through like nothing happened.
Oh, we can pretend to be infected.
If we mash a bunch of mushrooms on our skin, do you think they'll buy it?
I foresee a performance check.
As Ophelia, you can see the little small kind of Rupadoop kind of small little creatures. That one creature that you saved, like bipedal mushroom, as the two of them with buckets in its mouth moving back and forth as they begin to move down the hall and disappear.
Are they interacting with the spore thing at all?
It just lets them pass.
It didn't even track them with its eye.
No, it's looking at you only. It's like blinking and
Alright.
looking at you.
I'm freaked out. I don't want to go down there by myself. So I tell everybody, I don't want to go down there by myself.
You cannot. You're too far away. You only get 30 feet with the telepathy.
Alright. Do I have to roll another stealth check to get back?
No.
Alright, I head back. I tell them what I see around the corner. And there are how many mushrooms there are up there, which there are I think there's 8 mushrooms up there in the room. And the big guy around the corner.
Try whatever you ask me, but I'm not very good at stealthing.
Well, can't you eat one of the mushrooms and we make you small and maybe you can get on my back or something like that and I can just carry you through?
I'd like you guys to roll me a perception check in this room, actually. Especially Ophelia, since you're flying back. Disadvantage, of course, is your gas mask on.
That's still 8. Disadvantage is killing me.
Oh god.
Well, at least you're not breathing the stuff in. Alright, Doug
Damn,
sees
Doug.
this. Doug, you see 3 of those weird creatures that Ophelia had mentioned. They're on the ceiling in this room.
Doug will kind of quietly whisper to those around him while pointing up to the ceiling.
There's 3 of them.
There are creatures up there.
I'm going to hug my frog. Because I'm scared.
They don't look like they're looking at you. They're just kind of floating there. The ceiling is only 20 feet high, by the way.
Also not that high.
As you begin to watch slowly, you begin to see kind of the fungi creatures begin to move. As you can see, kind of these gas spores, kind of unmoving, unresponsive. Eventually, you can see kind of in the distance, you see a creature moving through the tunnels. As you can see, a Rothe. You guys could roll a history check if you want. The DC's only a 10.
We gotcha.
As you see
Rothe?
the Rothe beginning to be slumped into the kind of where the feces are. You can see the myconid sprouts begin to tend to the Rothe. The Rothe are basically boviles. They're like cows. They kind of reside usually in the Underdark. They're kind of using them and tending to them in a way, carrying the shit from them in buckets, like manure. As they seem to repeatedly scoop the Rothe manure into their buckets before dumping them into the fecal pile. As you can see, the Myconids are pursuing a task relentless, refusing anything but this task ahead. As there are the 2 Myconid sprouts that are constantly doing that. I'm not putting them on the map because they are non-combat. They won't fight you. Their job is to literally do what they're doing. As they're constantly getting buckets and mixing it into the fecal pile.
Yeah, I gotta kind of admit, I mean, Rothe shit's kind of the best. I mean, that's what we grew our mushrooms back in the day. But this is a whole nother conundrum.
Yeah, I can show you what they look like, and I think most of you guys know, but I'll put an image in the Discord.
Oh my god, they're so cute. Ooh, and the cat thing next to it is adorable.
But like, does the mushroom make them less heavy? Because isn't it just gonna be Vic in the same small travel size?
They're in the shithole right now. That's where they are, the Rothe.
They were talking about
oh,
Vic being small and someone carrying Vic, but isn't
Oh.
Vic gonna be heavy?
I mean, I think when you become smaller, it's proportional.
Oh, so like your bedroll gets smaller, your...
Yeah, everything you're carrying becomes your size.
Okay.
It's the same as you enlarge, you don't explode out of your armor.
Fair.
No, buddy.
as you have the spore pendant, who has the spore pendant on them currently? I believe it was.
I think it was Naziz.
Yeah, Naziz has it. So you can tell the spore pendant you have on you begins to get interfering is it starts to lose its glow. It doesn't show you where it is. As originally it would lead you where you needed to go, it led you here. But it seems by the influence of the Demon Queen herself, it's blocking kind of the light or the energy that gave power to the pendant, as it doesn't seem it's giving you any indication where to go into the cave now. So this is completely your quest now to figure out where it is in this vast dungeon itself, as the seed pendant got you where you needed to go. Of course, it still works. It's not the magicalness of it works still, like what it gave you. The downfall is it's not gonna guide you anymore further beyond this point.
I'll let them.
Do you guys want to try to sneak through, or should just some of us go through?
I think we should try to sneak until we can't.
Yep.
Agreed.
Are we going to turn Vic smile?
Yeah,
That
probably
is
carry
my
him.
suggestion.
He wants to.
I'm willing, but I'd rather have Doug carry me than Ophelia.
Yeah, Doug can carry him. Carry.
And again, that was just my stupid suggestion. We don't have to do it.
I'm willing to try, or I'm willing to get shrunk. Let me know.
The mushroom is permanent. Like,
Right.
not permanent, but it lasts for a while.
You guys can fight your way through if you want. Like, they aren't tough, but it's up to you if you want to use resources or not.
Yeah.
Or you can just avoid this whole situation and stealth through. But it's kind of hard to when some of you guys will. Well, I'm not saying you're all good at stealth, but
There's a lot
I
of
am not-
chances of one of us failing. Is
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? There's a lot of chances some of us failing. You
so
guys
you
want to
guys
just
could
try to
potentially
conserve?
attack them with surprise right now, if you wanted
Yeah.
to. Surprise gives you advantage on your initiative roll, and we can go into combat, ideally. Since that's the new rules of 2024, it doesn't give you a free attack. It just gives you advantage on your initiative, so you have a chance to attack faster.
Yeah, because I think the chances of us getting caught are
Pretty big.
Well, you
Yeah.
are kind of invading her place, so yeah, she'll have a lot of creatures here.
yeah. So we might as well just clear our way through.
'Cause if not now, then we might get caught later, and then we'll be fighting that plus whatever.
Yeah, I would
Vampire
just say
Lord.
Be
Yeah.
conservative, you know.
You're
use
still
your
butthurt about
cantrip.
that. You're like, we could have went to the end, but you know.
Not butthurt. We're just traumatized still by it.
Well,
Cautious.
it was your first party, like TPK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. So yeah, I think we're traumatized from that. So I think we should just
Alright, Well, I'd suggest just roll with initiative, and roll with advantage. Since I don't think you guys really know what you're doing.
How do I put on advantage for my
I
initiative?
pull out my whip.
so at the top, next to like public whisper, and then
whisper.
there's it says
Automatic.
automatic. You can change that to advantage.
Oh,
And
awesome.
then
Or disadvantage.
Or query. That
Some
gives you
other-
a chance to go plus, negative, or normal.
Alright. So you guys get to go first right at the get-go. I'm not rolling initiative for them, ideally, because they're not... Actually, I will, because you are... It makes sense. They'll just roll normally, though.
Does Doug have more dex than me?
Mm.
Doug, I have a 15 dex. What do you got?
Ugh, I love it.
Or not Doug, Horick. We're both at
Yeah, I
21.
got 14.
Oh, my dex is 14, so you go first.
Do you mind fixing that?
You guys can change it in the thing. Press your number, change it.
Yeah, I changed mine to 20.
There
You
you
can
go.
set yours to 20. There we go.
Alright. Naziz, you get first go. So your attacks are normal still, but you just get advantage on your actual roll.
Okay. So you're attacking these guys. I can just run up and attack, or do I need to stealth close?
Nope, you can smack them.
All right.
Oh,
I already rolled them in a sense for a combat.
I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna smack him.
Smack them.
Macaroni and cheese.
Mac and cheese is beautiful.
Here's one. Which
I
is a
also thought of smackaroni and cheese for some reason.
Good job, Alfredo.
macaroni and cheese. That's great. That's a 12 hit.
Yes, it hits. It's their AC actually.
So wouldn't Aziz have advantage since they don't see us yet?
No. You just get advantage on the roll as the new rolls.
We have
And
stealth if we want to be advantage.
Correct.
all right, and second attack.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. And that is what I'm going to do to this duty. And
How dare you?
Duty.
huh?
How dare you duty that duty?
Well, he is shoveling duty, so
He's not. He's actually not. He's protecting. He dies.
I feel kind of bad.
We died in one hit.
2 hits.
Hits.
Alright, Doug, what do you want to do?
Get him, Doug.
Doug or Rooney?
Do I want? Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and rage.
Rajay.
Hungry North Dakota.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one. Say 17 hit
Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm just updating my mouse because it's being...
or 11. Then the second attack for 19,
Jesus.
so 30 total.
You just sauteed that mushroom.
Belay the bitch.
You did. Yep.
No, I'm not up here.
Remember, no fire, Isa.
Yes, I have Ray of Frost in lineup.
Ice, baby, ice.
Thanks for the reminder. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna try and Ray and Frost the guy in front of Nazis.
Okay.
Nazis.
Here, I got a nasty photo. I made one off the chat GPT for your currently location.
Does 10 hit?
No.
Did not think so. Wait, it still takes half damage because it's one of my cantrips.
So that's
That is
basically what you
majestic
see
red.
at the bottom. That's basically what you see. It's gross.
That is majestic red. Thank you.
That's what
Yeah.
just
Wow, that is.
Glorious.
glorious shit.
Bring his Vic back to his mushroom farming days.
I miss my paw now.
Right.
He brought a tear to Victor.
Anything else?
Oh
Nope.
god, I accidentally zoom into the giant pile of goo. I'm going to put them feet. I'm gonna go for a burst of cold to the one in front of Doug. 12.
I'll update my firmware on my mouse later. It's being stupid.
12 is a hit. Yep. Which one are you hitting?
Oh, the one in front of Doug.
You got an 8.
No, I got a 6 and a 3. Sadly.
Oh.
Yeah, I was looking like 8 and what?
Then you got a 4 plus an 8.
Oh, that was
that
on
was
the
That's
for
the
the
attack roll.
Which
The
one are you
attack roll.
attacking?
This one.
Okay.
And then Sir Crocolot will try to hit it with his amazing chicken wing.
Chicken wing. Is it like it literally fires a chicken wing?
No, it just fires like random gears or crap. But like when it crit, for some reason it said it was a chicken wing and it kind of stick.
It looks like a fucking chicken wing. It's like animated as one.
Now it's a chicken wing. Oh my god, Sir Crocolot is actually better at firing than me.
Right.
And that chicken wing deals 7 force
It
damage.
dies.
I'm just picturing a
nice.
little boat and pale in the mushroom
Told you,
head.
they're not that strong.
Uh,
It's a numbers game.
I'll keep him close to Doug. 20 feet in the air.
Dude.
Okay, just 7.5, so it's still floating on behind Doug's head. Go ahead, Ophelia.
I'm gonna cast my Shillelagh, and then I will come up to right here next to Vic. Right now, I'm right here next to Vic, and I'll cast Starry Wisp on this one.
Okay. $25.
12 damage
That's
of
it.
radiant.
It's almost dead. Almost.
And then I'll step back to like right here, and that'll be the end of Ophelia's turn.
Alright, like it begins to make its way to Doug. Going to slam. Misses. This one goes to Aziz. Is going to slam. Misses.
Alright, Vic is going to take a 5-foot step. I'm going to toll the dead on this one right here in front of Naziz.
Alright. Listen. Fails. As necrotic just decays the creature.
Okay, I will step here so I can protect my 2 peeps, and that's my turn.
Alright. As one of the gas spores begin to make its way down. Going for Horik.
No! No!
14.
That is unfortunately a hit.
So you take 2 poison.
Intercept. Oh, I can't intercept that.
And I am poisoned.
Mhm. Another one comes down to Doug. 18.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that one hits.
Take 3 poison, half to 1. Since you're a poison dragon, right?
Yep.
Alright. You're poisoned though, sadly. Depending if you can't be poisoned. I think just a poison resistance, right?
Yeah, I just have resistance
Alright,
to
so she's
poison. I'm not
poisoned to
immune.
start his next turn, alright. As this one goes towards Aziz. Oh, misses. As the last one comes down towards Aziz. Misses. This one also makes its way to Aziz. Nope. And the last one will waddle his ass towards Doug. 21 for a lot of damage. You're raging, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. I'm going to slash this guy right here.
That's a hit.
Ha ha ha! Yes.
Still
And
alive.
off to you. Not for long.
Alright, you start jamming it as you kick it down into the shithole as it dies.
Alright, and then I'm going to slash the remaining myconid ahead of me.
A little one, okay, underneath of it. Ba-ba-ba. That's a hit. Doug.
Alright, so I'm going to reckless attack, so I can straight roll. And I'm gonna go for the top mic in it there.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
For 11, then I'll cleave into the next one for 2. I'll make another attack on the main one.
Alright, dies.
Okay, I do not like those ooey gooey eye things up in the top there. That I'm just going to go ahead and magic missile him, and I'm going to upcast it to 2nd level.
Nope.
Oh, it didn't
One
do
more.
the extra, but it rolls it weird. So there's a die 4 plus 1. 5.
Nice.
And that was the
15
one
damage,
right
not
behind
bad.
Horic.
Alright, 15
Thank you.
damage. It blows up as it explodes like a bomb. As mist begins to spray out of it, as you're immune to it, as you've got these masks on, as you do not inhale it or get corruption points. But it implodes with some damage. I'd like Horic and Aziz make me a dexterity save. Actually, let me double check. Sorry, it's not a dexterity save. My apologies. I had to reread it. It is a wisdom save. So it's
Oh.
it's actually it is corruption. It's something. It's not inhaled. It's just kind of it hurts you.
So, Watson saves?
It's wisdom, yeah.
Uh,
So wisdom.
no.
It's a wisdom 13. My apologies.
Ha!
Oh my goodness.
All right, if you it's a hit or suck, so you don't take anything, Horic. But our ally does. And this is pure damage. There's no indication of what it does. It just does damage. So you take 7 points of damage. And roll me a d4.
You jump to the poop.
Or maybe. If you fail your saving throw, you must spend 3 rounds trying to catch and eat as many spores as possible.
Oh no.
That's basically what it's gonna do to you.
I have to eat spores.
Yeah.
I don't really see that. I'm like 5 feet behind that.
No, you won't. But if you will notice if they take their mask off. All right. Well, that's all basically what happens to Aziz.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a. You said no fire, right?
No fire.
I guess that's no fun. Burst of like kick, I guess, at the gas in front of.
So, out of context, when you do see Aziz doing something weird and strange, you can use if you have a reaction, you can try to stop her, or him, sorry, from doing anything of that nature.
Okay.
Which one are you doing?
The one in front of the big
Alright,
one.
takes the hit. Still alive.
The homunculus, now that I know they explode, the homunculus is going to disengage and fly back to me.
Can you even get affected by it?
I don't know, I just know they explode. We gotta keep Sir Krokolot safe.
So normal they have a con save to their death bursts, but in this campaign they're corrupted instead. So they don't do poison damage. They do like a lethal kind of damage that basically will corrupt you, like what happened to Petals.
Oh, majestic. Yeah, let's keep it there. And we're done. Keep a clear path for Ophelia.
All right, Ophelia.
Remember, that's just a big old pile of shit in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the photo.
Smells. You're
You're
talking.
muted. Speaking of Ophelia.
Sorry, I'll clear the way for Doug. I'll cast another Starry West over there at this guy,
Good one.
that mushroom.
Okay. That's a hit. As it's dead.
For 7 radiant. Take a few steps back over here. I don't want those things to blow up on me.
It's scary when things blow up.
Alright, Vic.
Okay, can Vic see that Naziz is affected?
You can't. They have a mask on. You just saw them take the blow, whatever it did.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to toll the dead on the one in front of her. Him
Okay.
then.
This mushroom guy?
Yes.
Okay. Fails. It dies.
Okay, well, I'm going to take even more defense. I couldn't see that one from my stance. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm going to step up here.
Okay. Alright, this one will attack Doug. With Tendril. Ooh, a natural 1. 4. It loses all its speed. As this one will slowly, lazily move towards Vic and attack you, Vic. 18.
Hits.
So you take 5 poison, and are poisoned. Until this next round of turns. As Naziz, on your round, you have to remove your mask and eat mushrooms. Detail it
Hey,
out for us.
Alright, so Naziz is just gonna drop his weapons and try to grab at his mask to rip it off.
As you see this, Vic, what do you want to respond with? You're the only nearest person. No one else can interact.
What the fuck? I'm going to actually... Lesser Restoration is a bonus action.
Alright, you lesser restoration. You can't do that as a reaction. Sorry.
It's
Oh,
a
you're doing.
bonus
Oh, you have a Warcaster?
I do.
Alright, you do it as a reaction. It does nothing. As you spend your action, you can't do anything. You can't spend your reaction again. As Naziz, keep going.
I just managed to get my mask off and I fall to my knees and I start grabbing mushrooms.
Alright, you watch them start to eat the mushrooms. Yeah! As they are pretty nasty. As you start eating the mushrooms, roll me a con save.
Oh, guys, this isn't good.
You resist the urge of being infected. For now. You have 2 rounds to deal with this shit.
Oh dear lord.
Doug's gonna take some steps away. I'll take the attack of Alp.
Alright. Tendril misses. Or you're reckless, right?
No, I didn't.
You would have disadvantage because you were poisoned last round, so I don't know if you did or not.
But isn't it my turn this turn? So if I didn't reckless this turn, it wouldn't count.
Last turn.
Last turn.
Yeah, that's true.
It still goes on.
It will be until
you
his.
mean because you're leaving? Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't.
Yeah,
so
yes.
Go ahead, Doug.
Okay. So I'm going to throw a javelin at this one. That wasn't needed, but
All right, it blows up as it. This one has a radius. This one's different. Let's see what the radius is. This one.
Oh,
20.
Jesus.
It's a 20-foot radius. It
Oh,
affects
jeez.
3 people. Naziz, you're already infected, so don't bother. But Vic and Doug will have to make the save a Wisdom 13. So it blows with this purple mist. As Vic, you falter. Jeez, you both falter. Both of you guys roll me a d4. So 2 rounds for Doug, 3 rounds for Vic. You also take damage. As it blows up, Naziz, you take the gunfire of the damage from the blow itself for 6 points of damage, all of 3 of you. As it hits you with something. As you have the current urge to eat mushrooms.
what type of damage was it?
It's just damage. There's no
Okay.
type. It just hits you directly. So I would say half the damage just for the heck of it because it doesn't specify the damage. It's
So since that still happened on my turn, do I give up the second attack to then fiercely
yes,
eat at mushrooms?
You can roleplay on how you feel the weirdness of the urge of like it kind of goes over you, washes over you, like you need to eat.
Alright, with that, I'm gonna say Doug was kind of readying a second javelin, but as the kind of mist washed over him, he kind of faltered and dropped the second javelin, and then, similar to Naziz, takes kind of pulls his mask off and kneels down to the ground and starts, eating at mushrooms.
All right, roll me a con save. You resist from the corruption, but you begin to eat these infected mushrooms.
So,
All right, Isa, you're watching this as you see You see Naziz and Doug now removing their mask and consuming mushrooms.
There ain't much I can do about that, but I'd like to try and take, in theory, a step or 2 back, and then do another ray of frost at this guy.
Yeah, you can move up to 30 feet off this map. That's the max.
In theory, I just can't physically.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So you want to be 30 off the
Okay.
map?
Let's do 10,
Okay.
and I'm
Alright.
going to do the ray of frost.
Ooh, fumble table.
And yeah, that's
Meet a
awesome.
Bumble 1d20. A 6. That you have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Okay, it still takes half of 3 damage to 1 damage of frost.
It's a critical fumble. It misses completely.
But my whole thing is cantrips always hit.
Even on critical fumbles, I don't think that would work that way.
It always does a little damage. It just happened to roll low. I mean, that's up to you, but
Yeah.
I would say would miss because it is a critical fumble.
okay. I'll take another 5 or 10 foot step back around the corner.
Alright,
So now
you
20
begin
off
to
the-
watch Naziz and Doug consume mushrooms. They are taking their masks off and inhaling the spores in this place.
Would it be an action then to try to force Vic to put his mask back on?
Vic has not taken them off yet. Vic's turn
Okay.
has not happened yet, so you have no coordinate. But you saw things
So,
explode.
but I've
The
seen
diseases.
these. Doug and Maces. I will think. Yeah. I would like to try to force Nazi's mask back on, if possible.
Okay. Roll me contested athletics.
Oh, that's bad. Could I convince you to
19.
not do athletics?
I cannot. As you guys resist each other, nothing happens.
That's a natural 20, though.
Is it for him?
Oh, that is. Yes, for
Yeah,
me, it
that's
is
a
not
natural 20
funny.
You
for it.
detail at as you grab the mask from Naziz as they're in mid chewing.
I literally climb him like fucking Seabiscuit and just slam that mask in.
You slam the mask onto their face as Naziz, you feel like the quick kind of chokehold across you.
I'm just kind of like a toddler going, "Ah!" stuffing the
I'm-
mushrooms against the mouth of the mask.
You're supposed to be smarter! Think! That was my action, I'm presuming, so... I'm just gonna move Croak closer to me in case we need a medic. I'm going to pass my turn.
Just gonna refresh. The page is being stupid.
I need help!
The DC's really low, so thankfully you guys have a really good con.
Wheeler's gonna move forward and say, "Sorry, Hork, I need to go help Doug." And she's gonna have to teleport. She teleports over to Doug.
Okay. Start consuming a bunch of the mushrooms on the ground, scarfing it down.
Ride him like
No, I'm-
Seabiscuit.
What was that?
Ride him like Seabiscuit.
I know there's no way I'm going to be able to strangle a,
I did!
I can maybe slap them out of his hand as a reaction.
Yeah, you can do that. You can hold your action for that if you want.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the best I could do because I'm not going to be able to beat a raging Doug.
Oh, it's a raging Doug.
Yeah,
Good
his rage
point.
will it'll eventually settle. His rage will go down eventually. But he's eating.
Yeah, but it's
and
a raging
consuming.
Doug. I can't do that. So I'm going to talk crap to the floating boar over there. I'm gonna say I'm happy it has eyes because it can see it looks like a nutsack. And I'm gonna cast. Where is my?
Vicious Mockery?
Yeah, I was like, where's my vicious mockery? I barely use it. DC
Wisdom
16 wisdom.
save. It has -5. It fails.
Oh my god.
Well, it's a
Damn.
fucking fungi. It does not that smart. It's not that wild.
Seven-
It takes the damage, but it's still alive.
Yeah, as I'm just mainly trying to bait it so it follows me or something. As I'm just talking smack to it. Oh, and as a bonus action, I will inspire Doug.
All right, Vic, detail it out for me as you feel the urge to eat mushrooms.
You see a sudden rigidity come over her, and she just flicks off her mask and drops down on all fours and goes lawnmower man and starts just eating mushrooms.
As Vic, you see this easily. You see this as you just watch Vic just consume mushrooms. Roll me a
Hork.
con save. Hork,
Or you can use your reaction
you
to help.
can't.
Oh,
I'm literally stuck on.
If he lets go, Naziz is gonna go back to eating mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, you resist it for now, Vic, as you consume mushrooms.
Nom 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 nom.
As the creature begins to see Horik, I'd say Horik, you're kind of basically on this space because you're on her.
Yeah.
As it'll attack you. 18.
That's a hit.
He has disadvantage, so it's an 8.
Oh, correct.
That's a miss.
It misses completely. Alright, and Aziz, as you are stalling the urge, how do you get out of the situation? You still are hungry for mushies.
I kind of like try to reach up and try to grab Horik, though he's kind of like a squirrel and it's hard.
I am kind of like a squirrel.
Alright, you can do a contest if you can.
It's an analogy.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Oh,
do
damn it.
acrobatics instead?
As for comedy's sake, you get chucked in the shit.
What?
Nothing
You
happens to you. You just get chucked in the shit. Dug in the face. As
That's why I'm getting
Naziz,
like bucked
you
off.
crave the mushies as you continue to eat on your other action, I'm assuming. As you pick up a nice mushroom and you begin to nibble it. You can roll another con save. DC is 11, actually. It's real low. It's not very high.
Oh, shit.
It's not good, actually. As I just said it, fuck. You start to feel infected. Yeah, you start getting veins, black veins kind of protrude across your face. There is a cure to get rid of it, but the problem is our healer's gonna hate you all.
Yes. Because I just got thrown into shit.
Alright.
I'll prestidigitation you.
Doug. As the rage subsides, you want to eat some more mushies. You have another round, I'm guessing, right? When
Yep.
you roll 2, right?
Yeah, roll 2.
Yeah, he rolled 2.
Yeah. Right, feel like you can try to, I'll allow it as a reaction, you can try to slap the mushroom out of his hand. Athletics versus acrobatics.
Yeah, you see.
My athletics
Put that down.
Athletics.
versus his acrobatics.
Yeah.
She's gonna slap it away
Put that
from you.
down. Hit those
Oh,
down.
nice.
Oh,
As you get slapped. As you can use your other action to grab another one. As there's no reaction, sadly, anymore. As you try to slap the first one, then he's like, I got another hand, I'm gonna eat it. As Doug, roll me a con save as you consume the other mushies.
Our action economy is killing us.
As he's eating it, but it doesn't seem to do anything. He's just filling his belly with toxic mushies. Alright. He's as you're watching this go down, what do you want to do?
I need to take care of everything, or the dude, before I can help with anything else. That I'm going to fire the Ray of Frost.
Okay. You critical hit it.
Kratom.
As you freeze it to ice, it shatters to the ground and releases a toxic spore spreading out. Not hitting you, Iza. I knew you're far away. As it's hitting Horik, Vic and Aziz, you're still under the effects, but Horik will have to make the effects. But the damage is going to hit all of you. You'll have to roll wisdom save, sorry, Horik. Not them. They're already affected, but they are taking damage no matter what, so 6 points of damage.
Or it gets a wisdom save, not wisdom check.
Wisdom
Oh,
save.
sorry.
Alright. That's Horik. Roll me a d4. Since you're in the perfect place to eat shit. And
Literally.
mushrooms.
Is
3
Doug
rounds
snapped out of it?
eating this stuff. Yeah, you snap out of it, so next round you can now act on your turn again. And reapply
Oh,
the
okay.
mask and stuff. But
Or
yeah.
Thunder time.
Yeah, so on your turn, Horik, you need to eat mushies.
Someone pick him up.
As you see a nice pile of shit and mushroom waiting for your mouth.
Now here's the fun thing.
Oh,
Horik
Ophelia
has
will
always
go
had a
down
hard.
there.
Horik has always had a hard time with his mask. So I don't think he'll be able to take the mask on his own in one round.
You will have. What do you mean? A hard time taking it
His
off?
snout's a little bit large.
Because of the
he has a
snout, and
horn.
the mask is made for
I
a
will
normal
say
person.
you will have to roll athletics. I know you're weak at that, but if you make it 10, you rip it off your face.
If there's a time for him
A
to roll bad.
3, you struggle.
now.
You can't take it off.
The first roll was a 3.
Yeah, you can't take it off. It's stuck on your face. As you only have one action, as you can't do anything.
Yeah, I only have one action. I just lagged for a second.
Alright, that's all your turn.
That's all my turn.
Alright, Ophelia, you do see Horik trying to take the mask off. As Doug is just currently still eating mushrooms. You don't know it's not stopped yet at the moment, but it's up to you as you see fit.
If Doug's still eating mushrooms, I wouldn't know it stopped, so I'm still trying to... If there's no more people around, I would still be trying to smack the mushrooms out of his hands. If he has any mushrooms in his hands right now, I'm smacking them out. So I'll use my action and my reaction.
Alright, you're trying to get the fucking... opening his mouth, trying to scoop it out of his mouth. Alright, you just hold your action. Alright, Vic.
Alright.
As you start consuming more mushrooms, roll me another con save. You resist it. So Naziz, this is your last round, I'm assuming?
Right. Just a con save.
Yep, you eat more mushrooms.
I think last round was Naziz's last
no,
round,
this is
wasn't
the
it?
third
Mhm.
one.
You
This is
rolled
the
a
third
3?
one. They have 3, yeah.
Oh, okay.
As Naziz, you eat mushrooms, but nothing seems to affect you. As the rest of you begin to hear something move down the hallway, as it will roll initiative. Something big's coming. Alright. And it's your turn, Aziz. As Isa, you hear something big coming down the hallway. Down over here.
So I'll move the 20 feet out of the hall and actually be where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30. I don't see anything, but I ready an action with the Ray of Frost for the first combatant I see.
Alright. Wait, so who failed? Naziz, you failed, or is it Vic?
I feel
Disease.
good.
Naziz failed.
Right, Doug, you don't feel like eating mushrooms. You realize what the fuck's going on. As you realize your mind was kind of controlled for a moment, as whatever this spore did to you, it literally forced your mind against your will. Seeing your mask on the ground, seeing Ophelia trying to help you, realizing you just swallowed a bunch of mushrooms.
Okay, kind of seeing that he's snapping out of it and not really knowing that he didn't really do that of his own volition. He's going to throw the mask back on.
Alright, it's a free action. You just pop it back onto you as you snap it back into place. So whatever happened, it's not correlated to inhaling, because you can't obviously get infected that way. It is like a psychic attack that has happened when they blow up.
And then, kind of looking around, he's going to look up, and I see Horik kind of hunched over doing...
He's trying to take the
mushroom as
mask
well.
off and shit.
Okay.
As you see the aftermath of Naziz and Vic eating the mushies.
Okay. Seeing Horik trying to pick up his mask, Doug's gonna
Jump
run
and
over
shit.
and he's gonna. He's just gonna try and grab Vic and not Vic, Horik, and pick him up off the ground.
He's in a pit. You'll have to get in.
I'm the pit of shit. Thanks for Naziz.
it.
Yeah, he got chucked in the pit.
Yeah. Fuck you, Naziz.
I claim insanity.
Fuck you, Naziz.
Monopoly
How,
card.
how deep is the pit?
10 feet. You can jump in.
Alright,
But
Doug's
you're gonna jump into
in.
shit. Alright.
He'll mush your fall.
Yeah, you don't take any
So he's
damage.
gonna jump in, and then he's going to try and pick up Horik.
Alright. Or a contested acrobatics, athletics.
Oh Jesus!
As he's a squirmy little fucker, Horik. Let's see if he makes it. Yeah, he does. He
Yes!
squirms and shit as you can't grab him. He's slippery and
I'm
slimy.
so slippery.
This is the
Over
second
here.
time that Horik has beat you in a show of strength.
Well, he did acrobatics.
acrobatics.
He squirmed away. Then he could have beat me in strength had he rolled similar. But I
But
guess
you
with
have
that.
two attack actions, so you can
actions.
use another one if you want.
Oh yeah, he'll try and grab me. He's just
Alright, he
chasing
starts to
Horik
grab him.
around
Come here, little
the shit
fucker.
pit.
Grab him by the collar.
Get over
and
here.
whatever.
Just like pick him up like a small animal.
Alright, give me another one.
Oh my god, a one?
Doug
You know what?
tries.
Just for shits and giggles, I will roll athletics for this one.
Alright.
I blame the shit.
He like
alright?
trips
Just-
you as you kind of slip in the mud and you kind of hit the
Yeah,
ground.
you're all covered in shit, and now I'm trying to grab you. You're
Correction.
slipping away.
We're covered in shit.
Oh,
Because you went
I jumped in feet first under my own control. You got tossed in. I think you're covered in shit.
He's covering you in shit right now as he runs past you.
Yeah. So that was a failure.
You're back into the shit.
Have fun eating those mushrooms for it.
If you can take his mask off, alright, Horik, roll me athletics.
God.
You rip it off.
Teeth. I rip off the mask and I am going to
Yeah,
scooch
you
my
are
duck
using-
into the pile of shit and
You are
mushroom.
eating it. Alright, roll me a con save now. You are eating that shit. You are
He's just-
infected.
Hulking out on his athletic checks and then just giving in completely.
It kind of makes sense though, because like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, he's a goblin, not a goblin, he's a kobold. They're gross. They're a gross race. They eat anything.
I am
They-
going full kobold here.
Goblins eat shit. Why didn't kobolds do?
Oh god, this is horrible and I love it.
Alright, Ophelia, you see him struggling. Doug snaps out of it and realizing Horik is now infected, eating the shit from the pile.
I am swimming in shit.
It's like
Oh,
that duck in the gold.
Yeah,
in those cartoons.
I'm going to scooch my duck on the pile of shit.
As you hear a loud, kind of heavy footfalls coming behind you, Ophelia.
Okay. I say there's something coming this way. As I fly over and I try to pull Horik out of the shit pile.
Alright, roll me
Nice,
contested. You have to roll athletics, as you can choose whatever you want, Horik.
Oh crap.
We'll
As
go athletics.
slip through your
No, acrobatic.
shoes. As you slide, as you kind of go back into the poop and disappear.
Whoosh.
he really wants this.
Yeah, he really does want this. That was my action to try to do that.
Correct.
So I'll just float around here and try to slap things out of his hands
Alright.
with my reaction and stuff like that. And I'll say there's something coming, Doug. You still have inspiration, so I'll use my my inspiration again on Naziz because he's looking a little rough.
Okay.
Yeah, Bardic.
Give you a clover.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, Vic, how many turns do you have left? One more? Did you get
I
a,
made-
you got a 3, right?
I made the con.
No,
I
only
think
had
I got a
two.
2 and I made the con.
You only had 2? Okay. As you snap out of it, realizing what you're doing and eating, and then you're realizing what's going on in the pile of shit, and realizing you don't have a mask on, as whatever this kind of psychic attack seems like it affected you, but it didn't seem to convey any signs. As you realize Naziz is infected, you can see the black veins across her face, or his face, sorry, as well as you can't see Horik. He's just covered in shit. What would you like to do?
I'd like to, if at all possible, use my movement to pull my mask onto my face.
Yeah, you can
And
just
then
use
as-
free action. I'm allowing it.
Okay, there's a touch action on the Z's I'd like to cast. Protection from poison.
It does nothing, but you can use it anyways.
Okay.
Yes.
But you are now resistant to poison damage and poison.
You got that
which-
going for you.
You can roll an insight check if you want, just to know that maybe it'll help. That's a pretty good. The 13, you think lesser restoration would probably be better next time.
Okay. That's me.
Alright, as you begin to hear this thing move and eat footfalls kind of clumping down the ground, as you guys come across another creature that you have fought previously, as it begins moving through, as you see, I don't have, but you remember what it was. It was an abomination of a fungi coming through, built with multiple fungi connected to it. As you fought this thing before, it has almost killed your barbarian.
Did we find one of these before?
Yes, and where the totems were.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Ugh.
As the creature begins to move, it ends its turn. It's moving slowly.
Ray of Frosted it.
Oh, you're holding your
You
action?
got a ready. You
I
got a ready
had.
action.
Alright, you freeze it. Alright, as you have your mask back on, your stomach doesn't feel that great. You don't feel great either. You feel strange. You feel like something has tapped into you.
I will kind of try to swallow the bile in my throat, and I will aim an arrow at this thing.
So, out of context, you are diseased in a way when you ate this mushroom. It is kind of basically, ideally, it is gradually gonna change your flesh and blood of you, gradually as it stays in your body. Eventually, you'll become a servant, and your character will be gone.
Yes, thank
Oh, yay!
It takes time,
This
though.
is
It's,
a
it's like a correction, like what happened last time with your character, if you remember. But that was
Yeah.
a different one that was killing you. It was like necrosis.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Hold on. Oh, he's in range. Okay. I am actually going to tap into my... what is left of my tiefling blood, and I will cast Ray of Enfeeblement on him.
Okay.
How do I do this? Okay. Alright. Cast.
Okay. It's a con save.
A DC 12.
Ah!
What the? Get that nat
Wow.
20 out of the way and not as an attack on us.
Yeah, this thing's gonna crush. If you're gonna need your barbarian to tank this thing.
Okay, so my second attack is going to be an arrow to its mushy face.
That was a considered spell, or what is that an innate ability? What is that?
Oh, yeah, it's... Well, I don't know, because it comes from being a tiefling.
Yeah, so it's
I
considered
think
a
it's still your full
spell,
action.
so it is a magic action. It uses your full.
It'll use
Thing.
my full thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Alright. That is fine. My first foray into magic did not go well. Isa?
I'm gonna do magic missile at the thing, upgrading it to second level again. with an extra die. +1. Wow, I need to do that more. So, what is that? 16 points of damage.
Why the extra die? It's already inputting
I'd
extra die.
upgraded.
Oh, you didn't add the... Okay. My
I
apologies.
don't know how to. I've
You can
clicked
just
the
roll...
button
You keep,
on.
No, so all it is, it doesn't... You keep rolling them, basically. That's how Magic Missile works in D&D now. They changed how it worked before.
I know.
So you basically... So first level will be automatically 3 dice. Everything past first level is an extra dice. That's all it is.
Exactly why I
And
rolled
you
a die
just-
4.
But you can click Magic Missile again and again and again. That's basically how it's done now.
I had that happen before, and you always take. This is how I like it better.
Okay.
Sometimes it does cast 3 at a time.
Oh, it does? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. In this one, it does.
Like, I'm hitting the button. I don't know how to do it anything otherwise. It doesn't give me an upgrade.
It's fine. No, it usually doesn't anymore. They're individually rolled now. All right, Doug, you're in a fungus. A pet is you're trying to catch a gerbil in a haystack or something.
All right.
Oh, thank
Now,
goodness.
listening to what Ophelia said about something coming, Doug's going to go ahead and jump out of the pit. It's only 10 feet. He can manage that.
Yeah.
Then he's going to rage.
All right.
Then let's see. Can make 2 attacks on me.
That's a hit.
For 20.
Uh-huh.
Second attack. Max to men for 9.
All right.
On this turn.
All right, then your turn. It's going to use its legendary action to use a corpse burst. Is there a corpse behind you that was left behind, Doug? I'd like you to roll me a dexterity save. As you watch the corpse begin to swell as it erupts out of its belly acid.
Not even advantage can save me there.
As
You
take-
still have my my dice, Doug. You were the first one that I inspired.
With those low rolls, I don't think it's worth it.
You take 5 points of acid damage. As you feel the bile just spray across your backside. Alright, Horik. Eat some more mushies.
Scrooge, am I ducking in the pile of dung, eating mushies?
Ophelia should slap it right out of his hand.
Okay, you can try to.
Is my reaction.
Did he actually ever take the mask off himself?
He did.
Yeah.
As you
Okay.
miss as he consumes more mushrooms. As it adds a stack of corruption to you, Horik.
Surprisingly, I hulked out. And I'm really into eating shit. Another con save, or am I just screwed there?
What do you mean another con save?
Oh, because I'm eating more shit.
No, it
On
doesn't do
mushrooms.
damage to you anymore.
Oh.
Eventually, you will be a servant if it's not. Every stack that's placed on you requires more cleansing. If you get to
Cool,
a certain
cool.
amount of stacks, you will lose your character sheet.
Cool. Send help.
Alright. Feel you just see him eating shit and mushrooms.
Ulrich, you're such a problem.
He's a Pac-Man, he's eating things.
Get your shit together, man.
Get your shit together and not in your mouth.
So I just keep eating shit.
You guys remember the Wild Thornberry show? I just imagine
my
that little
God.
guy.
Yeah.
That one down on it.
I'm gonna still use my reaction. I'm gonna stay floating over here, but I'm just gonna shoot at the thing that Doug's fighting.
Alright, I'll give you a creepy photo of it as I did another one. Enjoy. That's what it looks like.
For 6 radiant.
Oh, they're so
Oh, dear
pretty.
God.
Can you keep it as a pet?
Ew.
He has a little hat.
It's a mushroom lord.
You know, in my turn there.
It's like a bunch of mushroom men combined with people. Alright, Vic. What would you like to do? So you see, obviously, Ophelia having issues capturing a kobold, eating shit. Doug filleting this creature in the back. And, yeah.
I gotta say, Vic's predilection would be to go after and help Doug. I'm gonna get to here, and I will toll the dead on that creature there.
Okay. Wisdom save. It fails. It uses its one legendary resistance to succeed.
Fair enough. Okay.
As the big boy will slam into you twice, Doug.
Both hit.
So you take a whopping amount of damage. 15 bludgeoning, half to 7, and obviously the poison type since you are, you know, your type of dragon. You take another 7, so 14 damage. Right.
Okay. Ready, aim, and fire.
Okay.
And miss.
Advantage. You get is that advantage?
Oh.
Yes, that even gives
Oh,
you
that
advantage.
is.
Alright, so that's a hit. You get sneak attack too, right?
No, I'm not a rogue.
Oh, I thought you were like a level of 1 rogue or something, or 2 or whatever it was.
Nope.
Oh, man, I always think you're a rogue. For some reason, I don't know, your character just looks very roguelike. And how you fight is roguelike too.
And he has a dex fighter, so
Yeah,
kinda
it's
roguish.
rare. You don't see that very often. I just see like
Let's
the
see
heavy, blunted ones.
And then second attack.
Yeah. That's a hit. As you kill it. And in combat.
And I am going to pull my mask off slightly so I can throw up in the corner.
So we'll take
I'm
a quick
gonna-
five-
Help me
we'll
with
take a quick-
Horik.
We'll take a quick 5-minute break as Horik gets out of it, realizing what he's doing, and we will continue onwards what Horik does as a reaction as he realizes he's eating a lot of shit and mushrooms.
I really hate the idea of all that shit. So anybody that comes near me is totally getting a prestidigitation cleaning with a little spritz of dark rose perfume
Alright.
that I have,
Sweetie, I
or
need to be
lavender.
I'll be back.
I need to be power washed.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the best I got for you, dude.
You know what? I think we gotta throw the whole Horik away.
No, this is savable. I have a thing.
Is that the pre or Ophelia?
Both. Everybody needs to get
Okay,
washed.
buddy.
Doug has dirty feet. Both of you are dirty. Didn't you like squirrel climb on Doug? I need to clean him too.
I squirrel climb on. Let's see.
You're far away.
He squirrel climbed on me.
Oh, yes.
In the kitchen.
Gotcha.
This is like the latest I've stayed up straight in a long time.
At least a week.
Yeah. Sleep is more relative nowadays.
I appreciate you being here. You're awesome.
I don't have anything else to do this week. It's my highlight.
I have other things to do, and it's still a highlight.
No, I'll be home for the next 2 months. That's nice.
Wow, wow. Again, do what you have to do. Your health comes first.
Yeah.
Get that writing in.
What was that?
Get a lot of writing in.
Yeah, actually. But
Um,
I don't know if it's the best because I've been under the influence recently, so
Sometimes the
I'll be
best
on the
things come from that.
yeah,
Or
I'll be taking the pills for at least the first month. I didn't think it'd be this bad, but the pain's it's a weird pain. It's a weird bad pain.
It's at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
core of you, man.
Yeah, like in my legs it feels like there's like something inside of my bones that shouldn't be there, and it like radiates out, and it gives me like this burning sensation throughout my legs. So that sucks. Besides the pain of the incision and stuff like that, and then my back, it just feels swollen in a sense. Everything's inflamed.
yeah, I've never heard anything good about getting your bones drilled into.
Yeah, I didn't
And
have
I,
to make a big incision. They just had to do enough to like get this machine to inject this stuff in there. Apparently,
They're
but
like
I was skipping over it.
Wolverine, but for medicine.
Yeah,
I gotcha. So sorry you're going through that.
I'm cool with it. I'm just surprised the insurance was cool with it, cause the medicine's like shit. I have to do this at least 8 times in the next year, and each time I have to do this, it's like almost $80,000 at least.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's about as much as chemo is.
But the side effects are a lot. There's a lot of side effects that can come up and stuff like that.
But you'll be really good on the other side of it, right?
Yeah. Or overall, it should fix the muscular dystrophy that I have, so that will help.
hell yeah.
I'm okay with like losing a little bit of hair or having an extra patch grow here or there.
Do they like
That's
put the
loud.
medicine in at the same spots every time, or do they have to do like different spots?
They do different spots.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do different spots and stuff like that since it's a whole body thing. Since I have muscle loss in all of my limbs. And then I'll be on some injections for like another year and a half just to my muscle groups.
Well, luckily this doesn't take much actual physical needs. Just pushing a button and working a computer.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, man, you have that's shitty ass. I heard all that. I was like, damn, bro, you're going through like hell.
Right.
I'm
It's
going
alright.
to my doctor to recheck my like diverticulitis shit because I'm dealing with it still. It's not like as bad as it once was, but I'm still getting like radiation kind of like feeling and soreness and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I hate it, but all I can do is hope that I can get something for it because comes and goes. Plus, my inflammation's going down every month. So, gradually. I don't know what the hell it is. I think, honestly, it has to do with my gut, honestly. But
I'm in
All
a
I can
lower
do-
lumbar brace
Well-
right now, so
yeah, I'm a fatty boy, though I got a belly. I know I got a belly. But I'm, trying my best to work out, trying to eat good, but, sometimes it's hard. to eat good.
that's what it is, dude.
It really is.
That's
It's
what it is.
very hard to diet because it's summertime and I like certain things. Like they tell me, oh no, you have to quit completely this stuff or like that. They haven't told me to quit, but they told me to like reduce. But it's hard to reduce because it's like I don't want to just eat like
Food is
chicken and
good.
potato and basic stuff all the rest of my life. I can't do it.
Yeah, my whole thing that I've heard is that it's about moderation. Like my wife's been losing a lot of weight, but it's all about like how much. Since I do most of the cooking and stuff like that, it's about how much she actually eats, not what she eats
Yeah.
necessarily.
Well, for me, I screwed myself in the foot because I dieted and I did damage to myself. And I know I have colon cancer that I have to wait in 4 years to deal with, colonoscopy and all that shit. I don't want to deal with that stuff. But, it's going to happen eventually. It's just, why did it have to happen now? I'm 36. Just leave it alone. So hopefully when I see them, maybe they'll give me something for it, some medication or something. Because, it's acute. It randomly happens, especially when I eat certain, I don't know what it is. It could be spicy. It could be something else. It could be anything, really. I'll never really know what kind of foods that does it for me. Like right now, it's just sore. Like it feels bruised. Like that's like my intestines are all bruised.
You should get a allergy panel.
And it's expensive. Canada does not cover that shit. I don't know if I'll do any
really?
of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Right now, I'm just. My sister did an allergy thing. It cost a lot. But and they had to go multiple times. But we'll see.
Yeah, out in the U.S., they just put some stuff on a pad and strap it to you for like a week.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. Right
Yeah,
now, I'm
and
just.
see if you have a reaction.
Well, I'm just going based off what my doctor tells me. I know a lot of people don't listen to the doctors, but I've been going to her for 2 years, and she's my new doctor, and the things she recommends helps, but this is new to me. This is a new territory for me. I don't like it, and sadly, it's supposedly a disease, and I have to maybe live with it for the rest of my life, or it goes away on its own accord. But I don't know.
That's always disappointing, dude. That's always disappointing to hear.
Yeah, that's what she said. It could stay or it could heal. But I did that to myself for bad eating for a long time, right? Them cardboard pizzas, don't eat them anymore. They're bad for you. Anyways, let's continue onwards. Alright, so yeah, you how do you want to roleplay this fucking Horik?
Warwick is gonna have that slow realization of what he's doing. He's just munching on the mushrooms and the shit, and he slowly stops chewing. It's like
Doug standing at the top of the ring, just staring down at him, shaking his head.
Yeah, Ophelia looks disgusting.
he's gonna look up to everyone, down on his little paws, and then just hurl. And then after
it's
puking,
okay. It wasn't
after
your
puking-
fault, Horik.
since Ophelia's flying, he's just gonna extend his little arms. A piece.
Yeah,
He's
she picked it.
covered in shit.
She doesn't care.
As
She feels bad for him.
you can see, he's infected. You can see the black veins across his face.
That's not good.
As you
And
He'll be
I
the first to shout
you-
it out.
you
Look at
place
him.
him
He seems to be
down.
infected.
As you see Naziz's as well, his face, all with black kind of veins.
Doug's
set him
gonna
down
kind
right
of
in
look
front
over
of
to
Jesus so she can wash herself.
Oh no, I just prestidigitation, you guys. I have a hair dryer type thing, whatever you would like. I'm getting everybody clean. Everybody is spotless. I do not put up with any of that. And would you like lavender or rose? I have both perfumes.
Rose.
Lavender.
Rose.
click and click, respectively.
Doug's like, I don't care.
Then you get Rose. That's my new one. I'm loving it.
Is my face all black and veiny like theirs? I can't see it.
No, it's not. But Naziz, Horik, you guys don't look good.
Yeah, not feeling too great either.
I think I ate something that doesn't agree.
Blech.
I mean, lesser restoration doesn't get rid of disease. It's only blind, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. I mean,
It does. Gets rid of disease.
Deceased.
okay. Then I
Who looks
will-
worse?
Horik, but he's got 2 layers of it. He's got he's not like at Pebble's stage where he's coughing blood, but he's getting there.
Pretty close, pretty close.
So out of contest, if he gets another one, he loses his character.
So if I had not rolled poorly on that athletic checks, I would have been
You would have
fucked.
you would have been a servant to the Myconid, and
shit.
she would be gone.
I want to cast.
Your friends would have to kill you. Or if they found the mushrooms or the seed, they could cure your Myconid, but the problem is you would not be able to play your character until they do that. Who are you casting it on?
We're still at the entrance, aren't we?
Yes. This
Yeah.
is a big dungeon.
We
I
just
cast
started.
it on, Orc.
Horik, how many charges?
I only have second level spells. I don't
Yeah,
exactly
but how many
know.
lacerations are you gonna cast on him?
I can only do the one. That's all I
Alright,
have.
you remove one of his. As you feel a lot better, Horik, but you still feel like you're contaminated.
Okay.
They have multiple stacks.
Yes,
I-
it can stack.
yeah, I-
If it stacks 3 times, he's gone.
I have 2 stacks. I can probably change my spells during the long rest and pick lesser restoration too. So,
Like, it's so potent that the lesser restoration can't cure all of it. It's like later.
What I was saying, that we were close to the entrance. Why don't we head out and have a little short rest?
Then we might
You
do this
can,
again.
but I can't promise you that this place will refill.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah, they are a colony.
I was fine until scumbag Nassis threw me down.
The
What did I
DM
do?
The DM did.
You
literally.
threw me into the pit. I
You
am
were
sick
riding
because of you.
You're riding him like a
He
horse.
looks
You are riding
horrified.
him like a horse.
I'm
What did you
sick.
expect?
For him to have some common sense, I expect him to be smarter than, well, no offense you.
Have you ever seen someone try and jump on a horse without them knowing? They buck him right off.
Look at my size. Look at his size.
Yes, you should know better.
You guys,
You know what? Next time, you can all eat your mushrooms.
Orc, I'm really
Hey,
sorry.
wait a second. Come on, buddy.
I tried to save you, but you went the spazzy down there, and I couldn't get the hold of you.
I'm not angry at you. I am angry at that. And
Then
he'll
let's
point
get-
at the pile of shit.
Yeah, let's get out of the room with a pile of shit in it.
And by extension, I'm angry at Nassis for throwing me down there.
But is there like a platform up here? I see that little area.
It's like a fence.
There's nothing. Yeah,
That's a
it's,
pen.
It's a pen. It's where the cows are.
And he's kind of, his tail droops and he kind of walks really slow behind everybody.
Ophelia, get moving towards us.
It's okay, Nazee. She didn't know what she was doing. And no one did.
Someone go into the palace shed and get my mask.
It's still down there?
Yes!
I'll press
Nazee will do it.
invitation, yeah.
I'll float down so I don't have to touch this shit and just grab it out.
You take it out.
I gave it to
I'll
Etha
stop
so she
doing
can
it.
presentation it.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry you had to go through that. It's like a hair dryer or something like that. Hey, let's keep going then, I guess.
Going. Before we all turn to rot.
Gonna slow each up. What are those big floaty bag things?
It looks at you.
How am I in front of Nazee's? Come on.
Maybe
Do not leave me
try,
with the sneeze.
maybe try and blow it up from afar so I can't get close.
Oh, I'm happy to try. Oh, there's
Yeah.
another one. I see the side of it. I can sneak a hit on it.
I can.
Yeah, we should
go-
probably all.
Yeah, we can all take aim and. I can't see from here though.
You have to move forward a little bit.
Well, let's plan that.
I don't know who has the. I think you're better at long range, Horik, than I am.
I'm gonna stand just on the edge and ready in action with my magic missile to the guy that I can see when everybody else is in place.
I am going for. Yeah, I'm going for the Dilf's acid arrow.
Dilfs, I love it.
Love it.
Well, Isa has the monopoly on the MILF acid arrow, so I get the Dilf. We established this.
It is known.
It is known.
As you do that, okay, or you make an attack.
Please hit. Oh, yes, I want to use a spell slot. 26. And this will be
So
+5, because it's acid.
Okay, it takes the hit. It doesn't die. Roll initiative. As these things are known for their explosions.
Yep, it will take 2d4 acid, +5 acid on its turn.
On the start or end?
At the end.
Okay.
Shit.
Perfect time to blow up on you.
It has time to blow up on me and kill us. Kill us all.
There are more than one.
We should have just nuked the place.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that. Still
That would
time.
mean my death, so I'm pro us trying otherwise.
I have a flaming sphere.
Well, we're not there now, are we?
Once again, don't listen to me.
But it's
Regrettably,
fun.
I'm
I like
capable of
this.
instant-level spells.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost the guy in front of me.
It's a hit. It explodes. it doesn't hit anybody. Boop, boop, boop. It blows up.
I step out of the way a little bit. 5, 10, 15. Get there. I know they can do more damage.
Alright. As gassy Spory is making its way. It moves very slow. Vic?
Okay, Vic is going to toll the dead on that one.
Okay. It succeeds. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
15.
It's -5. Holy shit. So I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
I like that -4.
Right? The exact opposite. Crit or fail.
Okay. Do I see enough of this dude to do anything?
You're all good.
You can attack it. It'll just have a higher AC.
Alright, I will fire at it.
That's a hit. It's still alive.
Second attack.
That's a hit. It dies. It blows up.
Nice.
Alright, and then I'm going to step back to allow others the joy of killing things.
Alright, give you another creepy image to enjoy. Slowly making the map as we do it.
Like, we're kind of kiting them down the hallway, right, guys?
Yes.
Alright, this thing is going to action dash to you guys.
Okay, that's actually a cool image.
Yeah, right?
Maybe back up. And back when they come around the corner. Doug's going to back up and ready in action for when something comes around the corner.
Yeah, we should clear the hallway.
Oops, I slowly putting Aziz in a weird spot. My apologies.
Turn the corner. I'm gonna occupy this space with this tiny creature.
It's fine.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers on that one.
Alright. What's the
Wisdom saving throw, please. DC 16.
Fails.
Alright, it takes 10 psychic damage and it's frightened.
It
Well, I have
cannot-
to use it.
cannot be
It's,
frightened. It's immune.
Well, it's not frightened. On a fail save, it takes 3d6 and must immediately use the reaction if able to move as far away from you as possible.
Okay. It can only move 5. It's slow.
And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. What about that? Yeah, I'm gonna end up right here.
Warwick.
I'm going to step back. And we'll try to hit him with a burst of acid.
Ooh. Hell yeah!
It gets good. This explodes.
28.
Ah,
A crit with a 28 too? Crit?
holy.
Well, he lost that
Dang.
crit. Oh no.
32 would have been max, but that was a hell of a good roll. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like cantrip.
that's insane.
Wow. Hell yeah.
And if any of those were 8,
They were.
There's 2 8s, so I get to add another set of D
But it's already
Plus
dead.
5.
But
it's already, it's already
Plus
dead.
5. Don't ruin my fantasy that I deal damage.
yes, it is now a pulp. We could not even look at it.
You saved us, Orc.
Hell yeah,
Savage
Hort.
stuff.
Good job.
That thing was terrifying.
Well done.
I don't
Is
want
there
to
any
do
of that corrupted mist in the air anymore?
No.
Or is it all gone?
It's still there, but you guys have masks on. It's just, it's not, like, it only works when it blows up directly on you. So you go through this coffered, squelching underfoot as it squishes every time you walk on it. Going through this nasty place.
Doug's gonna slowly peek around the corner.
Alright, Doug, I'm gonna roleplay and I'm gonna photo this place as well. As you begin to find yourself in the upper fungal chamber, you can see there are 3 myconid adults, a drow spore servant, and a Koatoa spore servant, shambling throughout this chamber, harvesting mushrooms and feeding them to a large toothy maw that's set into the western wall. As you can see, the Ukatoa is missing his missing the left half of his fishy face and its left arm. As the drow elf his hair waves unnaturally, reaching into the air. As you can see, they are slaves, as there are 2 small gas spores drifting aimlessly in the area. As you can see, this fungal maw is roughly about 2 feet in diameter. Its sharp teeth are made of zerka wood and fibrous, kind of sinewy tongue. As anything it feeds into the maw, it gets chewed up and pumped elsewhere.
I'll kind of
I get
relay that
power.
back to the group.
The picture doesn't indicate ideally, but it's close enough. It's pretty fucking creepy picture, but enjoy it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what that big mouth on the wall is, though. It's something we should be wary of, or not?
Not good, I don't think.
No.
I think we should be wary of everything out here.
Should we just rush in
The
and
maw can be destroyed if you ever want to attack it.
kill the servants?
For the servants in the mall, I bet it doesn't matter to it what it eats.
We also don't know if we want to give it unnecessary food.
Yeah, just destroy it and keep the servants on our side.
Are there any more of those spores in there?
I didn't see any. There's some mushrooms and some other infected creatures.
I'll follow you guys, whatever you think.
I guess Doug's gonna rush in and attack this first one.
Alright. You'll have to roll initiative. They are alerted of your presence from the curious
Oh,
foot.
Jesus. 2?
But we were so subtle.
At least they rolled shitty.
Wait, group initiative isn't giving the correct number. So doing the-
It won't, because it's based off the old cheats.
Oh,
That's why I don't recommend using it.
rerolling. No, not much better.
Yeah, they don't have it updated for the new sheets yet, sadly.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. A lot of the people who made these APIs, they kind of got off of here long ago. So they're no
Understandable.
longer providing support to their creation. Still works, but sadly, yeah, it's kind of stuck with what we got. Alright, let's get into combat. See what we can do. It's gonna be a lot of fighting because you guys are basically clearing your way to go through this place. Depending if you have means of stealth or invisibility to avoid encounters, which I don't think none of you guys really have.
Nope.
Okay. This is fun. This is very fun. Okay. Move over
Broadcast
here.
message.
I see nothing, so I'm going to ready an arrow in case something comes within my view.
I'm going to move 5, 10, if I can. 15. Crap.
15 crap.
15 craps. I'm going to cast a shillelagh on myself just in case, and then I will cast a Starry Wisp at the drow, dude. For 10 radiant.
The drow? Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go back 5, 10, 15.
Five, 10, 15. Yeah, I can only really get here. That I ready in action with a Ray of Frost for the first combatant I see.
Alright. As you begin to see the guy get kind of stabbed, you can see him pulling a dagger out as he begins to casually start popping overhead gas spores, releasing the cloud of moldy colored spores, pink and green fuzzy looking spores hanging in the air at this point. As you can see previously, the docile creatures running around this room working begin to open their mouths and lick them off the floor. So they start humming loudly as they do so. As this happens, it begins to react with the whole tunnel. So that's what he does. So this one-armed creature begins to slowly kind of move over here, kind of dumb-witted, as it holds an action for a spear, as it only has one arm, and half its face is torn
But I
off.
can see it. So I do a Ray of Frost.
So you can see its color, it's glowing in a color of pink and green. So that hits. Boring.
I'm going to slip Issa. I can kind of make it out, so I will try to burst for thunder.
Critical. So that's a hit as you annihilate it, break killing this creature. Leaving a
Surprisingly,
residue
not
of
8.
weird hues.
I'm going to take a step back. And since it's not my homunculus, I will just have it stay. I'll have it stay back for now. And I will end the turn.
Okay.
Alright. Convicted. Move over to here and I can see this guy.
Yep.
Bolt it dead on him.
Takes the damage.
Alright, I will stay here and protect. That's not true.
Yeah, Doug, charge in.
That's what he's doing.
Wait, aren't there those spores in the air, or those gonna the multicolored ones?
They're everywhere in the room, but it seems to only affect people who are inhaling it or licking it.
Okay. Doug's going to rush up then. Make an attack on this one. 16 is it? For 14.
Dies.
He'll run up to the drow, make an attack on it.
Yeah, that's it. As he dies too.
That was a crit hit there.
Alright. So this creature begins to make its descent on you. Action dashing, as you can see.
Oh, there is one of those things.
This poor thing. This thing will waddle your ass to Doug and smack him. Nope. You reckless or no?
No, but I'm not raged either, so.
As this one comes as well to you. This one will attack Doug. Nope. Disease.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to fire a shot at this guy right here. Was 13 hit?
Yep.
And another shot.
It's almost dead.
And I'm going to step back.
Ophelia.
Oh, 5, 10, 15, 20. Gosh, one of those guys is there. I'm gonna cast a Starry Wisp on. You know what? No, I'm trying to kill this guy out.
Just
12?
hits. As you kill it.
Ooh, 15 damage. Then I'll end up back over here, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Easy.
I'm gonna step in with Naziz and step down. Oh no! And I ray of frost the big eye.
Okay. That's a hit. It's nearly dead.
And I was. And
Hordic.
I can't see anything from here. 20. What's that thing? I'm going to throw a burst of acid. $17 for 13 at the Iosaurus. Is it dead?
Look, this one?
Yes.
Alright, it blows up. Doug, roll me a save here. Wisdom save.
Oof. Forgot.
Alright, Doug, you succeed as you don't take any afflictions.
We gotta stop blowing those up, guys.
What else do we have?
You don't
Yeah,
take any
what else do we
damage.
got?
Good.
This is one person, not all of us.
Yeah. Sir
Yeah.
Kokolot is gonna come up and throw a mighty chicken wing on that guy.
That's it.
16 for 5 force damage. Ending our turn.
Alright, big.
Right, Vic is going to. I'm going to move in behind Doug here, but I'm going to pull the dead on that guy up there.
Which one?
See
The
the-
eyeball thing?
One of the eyeball in the north.
Okay.
Has he been hit?
No. This thing has been hit. The eyeball has not. Alright, wisdom save.
No, I'll take the mushroom in front instead.
Still alive.
Okay.
Doug.
Alright, let's take a swing on Mushroom Guy.
It dies.
Where is the mouth at? Is it like on a wall somewhere? I want to
Yeah,
make
it's
sure
on
I'm
a wall currently. It's over here.
I don't think I see anything, so it should be good.
It can't move or anything.
Okay.
As you begin to go further, you begin to notice, basically inside the next passageway, you see two dead dretches. These dretches are demons. As you can see, barbed vines are wrapping the corpses, twisting with pulsating bulbs and fungi. As it almost like a nest in there in the corner.
Well, he's busy, so he's gonna turn around. He's gonna throw a javelin at the eye.
Okay. 16. Yep.
For 6.
Alright, Gaspor begins to move towards Vic. Misses.
Okay. Let's back up a little. I see its little tendrils, so I'm gonna fire at it.
That's a hit.
Oh, wow.
It's a balloon. It blows up. Sorry. Ooh, it's like on a weird space. It's going to for Horik and Vic. roll me a wisdom save. Alright, Vic, you fail. As you take Horik. Let me just double check. Horik, you succeed actually. That's the DC.
Oh
Or
my
DC was
God.
11. My apologies. 11 is the DC. So you take 7 points of damage, Vic, and you have the urge for 2 rounds to eat mushrooms.
Didn't
Do I-
Vic get the aid early on?
I mean, aid doesn't help against that.
Okay.
temporary
Aid's
points
just
as
temporary hit
well.
points.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just like extra 10 hit points.
Alright.
Yeah,
I know
As
this
you
now.
watch it blow up,
Right.
you see Vic trying to removing his mask. What do you guys do?
I am
Tackle
rushing.
Vic.
Yeah,
Yep,
Doug's
rushing
gonna
towards
rush
Vic.
up and he's gonna try and wrestle Vic's arms back.
Alright, Vic,
Stop.
roll me.
Once again, like
contested-
Seabiscuit.
Contested against a team of they have advantage against you, so dog, you can roll advantage.
Athletics.
26. As you try your best, they keep it on your face as you're like eagerly wanting to eat mushrooms. As after a good, I'll say like 30 seconds, the urge eventually vanishes away. As for a second, you're realizing your mind was kind of getting controlled for those 30 seconds.
So Doug kind of continues to hold tight. Are you back, my friend?
Yeah, she kind of grabs your forearm and gently nods her head. I've come back to myself.
As Doug will kind of slowly ease off, but kind of ready to jump back in. It seems like she's going back in to take it off.
She honors it. She calm when you remove it, and she just stands there and says, "Thank you, thank you. You fought honorably."
No problem.
You guys can attack the maw if you want. I'll just say you can attack it. It can't attack you back. It just has nasty, razor sharp teeth, a tongue. It's constantly wanting to feed. It has HP and AC.
Where is the ball?
You can just attack it. It's just theater of the mind.
Oh.
I don't want to get close. So if you guys want to, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start
Burst
with
of
it.
acid. Yep. Burst of acid.
My ray of frost.
Roll damage. As you notice, as you hit with radiant damage, it does more damage than normal attacks. It seems to be vulnerable to radiant as it starts burning the flesh off the creature. As it dies, you begin to watch its mouth kind of retract from the wall. As the wall eventually turns into fungi, like it's a creature that's living inside the tunnels. As you do that, you can see immense around the bodies of covered on the ground of many people and different kinds of species of drow to Ukatoa to even people. You can see they're covered in tiny shrieker mushrooms. You've seen these shrieker monsters before as they screech at a high-pitched tone, as you want to be careful not interrupting any of them, depending if you want reinforcements to arrive. As you see around the ground, there's like these pink, fuzzy kind of spore things as they were eating them, as you have no idea what the hell they are. But seeming fit, there is a narrow passageway down below, as you do see there are creatures down there moving around. But it's a narrow spot. To get down there, you would have to roll a check to make your way through it. You can't naturally fit in there, depending if you're considered a small race.
I can.
Or
I can-
if you will.
And I can make someone small as well.
Noted.
Doug or
But you do see creatures on the other end of it. You also saw, Doug, you saw 2 demon creatures wrapped in vines in that room, unknown
Oh,
to
yeah.
where it may lead, as the tunnel leads elsewhere as well.
Yeah, so the demons look deceased, but they're covered in weird stuff and bulbs and whatnot. I don't really know much about that.
I take a moment and kind of draw a little something on the moss here in the corner.
Alright, you try to draw on the moss as it begins to like move. Like almost like flesh.
Get a Sharpie.
Okay, I use my ink and quill then.
It pops like a zit.
It still makes a noticeable difference compared to just the standard unpopped zitted. That this is where we came from. That's all I'm indicating. I'm going to follow you guys.
So, which way do we want to go?
I would say we should explore the areas we don't have to squeeze through first.
Again, I can make someone small. Just one person. I can make Nasi small.
I do have more of those mushrooms, but I think do those just make big? I think those are just big.
Yeah, the Zupa just makes you big, I think.
Yep.
Was it this way where the dretch or this way?
And this way is where the dretches are, where they're vined up with these rather kind of fungi that is kind of growing on them.
I don't know if it's off screen or if I can't see your ping.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, wait.
To the
You not
west,
see my ping?
northwest.
West.
No, I don't. To be honest, my roll 20 is always kind of weird.
All right, you begin to enter into this kind of place as you see that there is two dead dredges as barbed vines are wrapped around the corpses, twisting them, pulsing bulbs of fungi around them.
Did we just leave these things here and not investigate it any further? They're not seeming to attack us.
I mean, we should try to figure out what's being done to them.
Horrible, evil shit. Can we get past that and just move on?
Aziz, why am I in front of you?
We need to understand the kind of evil shit, because if it's evil is trying to reanimate them, we could probably deal with it. If it's evil trying to feed on it, we should probably deal with it. But if it's evil just for evil's sake, we can probably let it slide.
Why would we let evil for evil's sake slide?
Because if it's evil for evil's sake, but it's not actively trying to harm us, then I'd rather not poke the bear. Bears are bad. They're
We've
unbearable.
already killed everything else in this room. This dungeon so far. Like, do we want this coming into the Sabbath
That's
in
what
the
I'm-
back?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we should try to figure out what kind of evil it is, and then go from there.
Is there like an arcana or an investigation check we can do?
You can roll an investigation.
What if we're the evil and everything's trying to escape from us?
Investigatory powers
Right.
activate.
I suck.
I am mediocre.
As you look at it, Isa, from your distance, you can tell they sprung a trap as they were twisted and turned into these kind of creatures. It almost feels like these tendrils basically choked them and killed them, and eventually infected them. And then, as they died, they were stuck like this.
I run up to the group and like hold out my hands and kind of hold them back and tell them what I understand.
Oh, so there might be traps up ahead.
Oh joy.
Be very, very careful.
Okay.
Now we know how to proceed. See? That's why we don't leave things without
You
checking.
can tell they're alive still. Like the vines are like pulsating and kind of slowly. They're trying to just eat them basically. They're like melting their corpse gradually.
And we can put their bodies to rest.
I don't think.
What do
we
you think it
want to.
might?
Dredges are gross.
Where was this in the
Have you
north?
seen a
up
dredge
here?
before?
I don't see anything.
Nope.
You want to see
No.
one? I'll show you one now.
Yes,
I want to
please.
show you the new art. They're fucking gross. They're like.
Is this the path down here?
Yeah, but there's nothing there.
Or
But do they look
check it out.
There we go. That's a dredge for you. That's a new dredge. That's what they look like now.
it's a little goblin shit that we were fighting.
It's a demon.
It's the things we were killing last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there were some. Yeah, got some pustules on them. It's not pretty.
Yeah. Ugh. Good riddance.
Alright, well, end our session here, as we're almost at basically the 2-minute mark, deciding what you guys wish to do. As you do see creatures down here below, you can see a drow and other creatures that are infected by the spore itself. You also see a large silhouette of an 8-legged creature. Is that all I'm going to give you? So we'll end our session.
But I
Alrighty.
think you can expect Vic to try to convince you to kill what's ever in there.